Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we're going to have our study of fail. Okay, and study of fail is a bit larger in volume than study of isms. Okay, because the fail has a lot of topics to cover. Okay, and in ism, what we learned that we can see a word, and by looking at the word, okay, we can say the status, number, gender, and type because we have memorized the chart. And there are some exceptions like partly flexible, fully like this. Okay, and then we talked about when two ism comes together, or a harf and an ism comes together, how they change the status. Harf of nasab makes things nasab, harf of jar makes things jar. So all these things we done it, right? Fail works in a different way. Okay, but to study the fail, if you remember, I told you that you must have the full what do you call it, the full authority. You have the full memorization of the pronoun chart: huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antum, antum, anti, antum, antuna, ana, nahnu. Okay, these pronouns you have to be in your head because all the fail charts, all the topics of the fail will revolve around that chart. Okay, because in Arabic, fail goes like the way the pronoun chart is organized. Okay, so every fail has kind of a pronoun inside of it. Okay, a pronoun inside of it. It's not like English. Okay, for example, in English, when I say C-A-T, cat. Okay, so now Zaina, can you tell me, is cat is a ism or a fail?
Sorry?
No, cat, C-A-T, cat.
Okay.
It's an ism, right?
It's
Because
ism.
it's a ism because it's a cat, right? So, but if I say E-A-T, it, okay, just changing one letter, instead of C, I put a E, it becomes a fail. It means to eat something, right? There are many words like this in English also, okay? So then, but how do we know? Like when I ask you the question, so you thought of cat and eat because you know the meaning of the word. You know what is cat looks like, right? You know what is it means. Okay, that's why you can tell me that it is a fail and cat is not a fail. Okay, for example, if I say bu and bun means like in a bread bun, right? It's a bun. Okay, so it's a ism. But if I say ru and run is a fail. Okay, run could be a ism as well also in English, like if you say like I had a good run today. Okay, so that's another way to say that. Okay, so just by looking at the, just like in English, sometimes just a one little change, it makes a ism from ism to fail. And the only way to know them when you know their meaning. Okay, so in the fail studies, okay, it is necessary that we know a lot of fails through the vocabulary. It is necessary. Okay, but before we go and learn a lot of fails, like a lot of vocabularies, okay, this is means write, this is means read, this is mean help, this is mean eat, this is mean run, okay, this is mean pray. Okay, by memorizing instrument, there are some rule behind that. So our goal in this basic course to learn about those rules. Okay, and then through that we're going to know a lot of is fail. Okay, so we're going to have examples like we did a lot of isms, right? Remember, we did 112 isms of a big assignments. Okay, so those 112 is an ism, and then after that we did a lot of harfs as well. Okay, at least 20 harfs we did. 11 harf from harf of jar, harf of nasab. We also did ism mausul kind of things. Okay, so we that increase our vocabulary. So what is my point here is that let's look at the rules behind the fail. So we'll pick one or two fail, like we choose the word Muslim. Okay, Muslimu, Muslima, Muslimi. All our chart was with the Muslim word, right? We could have choose any other ism on that case, right? But we choose the word Muslim. So just like that, we'll pick up one or two fail. Okay, but as I said, when you go the exercise and other things, we'll have many things. And inshallah, and at the end of the course, I will share a link with you, okay, where you will see almost 500 words, 500 fail used in the Quran. Okay, also fail has a different concept of family. Okay, family, okay, meanings like different fails comes from different family. Okay, we're not going to talk about the family in this course. Probably towards the end of the course, inshallah, I will introduce you to the family. That's the study of sarf, as we call that sarf, okay? And it goes by the family. So by looking at a word, you can say, oh, this word comes from this family. And what is the why important? Why it is important to know that? Because every family, okay, there's two main reasons for the families. Every family have a nature meaning, okay, meaning if a word comes from, so a thing can have two words, okay, two words. Okay, two words can mean the same thing, but there's a subtle difference between them. And family gives away this difference. Okay, if it comes from this family, that means they have this nature. Okay, so this means this. Okay, that's one of the reasons. Another reason, when you know the family, okay, family from one fail word, so one verb, okay, one word like this, you can have many words and ism, okay, many fail and ism from there, okay. And this is how the family was. Every family has a rule, okay, this is how they look like, okay, this is the shape, okay. So these are the all, I'm just giving you a prelude of these things, okay. And that's why the fail study is a bit different than the ism studies, okay. It is a requirement to know fails, because if you don't know the word, okay, how are you going to know that? But when you know the rules, that's what we're focusing. If you look at a fail, if you know the fail, from looking at one word, okay, meaning one word, you can imagine the other words related to that word, okay. So other word that comes from the same family, because you know the rule. You know the rule, okay. So inshallah, with this one, we'll start the journey, okay, and we're gonna touch the main topic. So there are a few main topics of studies for fail. Obviously, the mandatory requirement is the pronoun chart. So please, if you haven't done it yet, or if you think you're still a little bit weak, go through the pronoun chart, okay. These are the things that we're going to touch base on our next journey, okay. So we're going to talk about past tense first, okay. Then we're going to talk about jumla failure. We had jumla ismiya, we'll talk about jumla failure, okay. And then we're gonna combine jumla ismiya and failure in a one lessons. Okay, that's simple. Okay, then we're gonna talk about present or future tense. Okay, so we're gonna talk about past tense first, then we're gonna talk about present or future tense. In fact, there's no future tense in Arabic actually. Okay, it's the context give you the meaning of future. Okay, and there's one or two harf that gives you the meaning of future. Okay, so basically there's past tense and present tense. Okay, in Arabic, no future tense. Okay, but there are a lot of things you can say in future, just like we said. I will go to masjid today at Zohar time. You can say that, but that's kind of a present sentence, okay? So there's no separate group for future tense, okay? It's only past and present tense, okay? We have commanding and formatting, okay? So, you can command something, okay? Get me a water, okay? There's Allah command. There's so many things in the Quran. Pray, okay? Allah forbid us, do not drink alcohol. So, commanding and forbidding is a way that is a big topic in the fail, okay? Then we're going to talk about passive, okay, past, passive, and present. What is passive means, like, say, he was beaten, okay. Prophet Muhammad was given the revelation, okay. We know Allah gave, but, we didn't mention the doer, the doer here, who gave this. So sometimes we talk in passive, okay. And this is the important chapters in study of fail, that passive form, and it could be past passive, it could be present passive. And then number 8, we're going to talk about jumla nafia, that she was asking today. Okay, so it's an extension. Again, you can say that jumla ismiya and jumla failure, but we're going to talk about that towards the end. And there will be some other subtopics. There will be some other subtopics as we go through that. So this is our plan, inshallah. Okay, and I'm hoping that because we have
Brother,
passed. Yeah,
is that the Bab you were mentioning about the family?
sorry.
Bab, like the Phil, the Bab, like Iqbal or Nasara, those Bab that you were mentioning, the
Yeah.
family?
So yeah,
Okay.
so no, family is not exactly that. Yeah, but yeah, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. Just hold on, yeah, because some people describe it in a different way. Okay, um, you know, in fact, even myself in Bangladesh, I was a student of Motijil Ideal School, if you know that, right? So we had Arabic up to class 8. We had Arabic grammar books. I don't know whether you guys had it in Bangladesh. At least I did class 7 or class 8. Up to class 8, we
Yeah,
had
we had the same. We had the
yeah.
same.
So we used to memorize the things, okay, without understanding, obviously, okay, and we were scared of that. So that's a different way to teach, okay. So some grammar book, they start with that, okay, and they don't talk about Rafa, Nasab and Jars and everything. They talk in a different way, okay. So yeah, the bab that you're saying, that's one of the way to deal that. But yeah, we'll come to that. Family will come to that. But family is a different thing, not a part of this one. Family actually study of sarf, okay. But that's what I did with the last group last year. That towards the end, when you know all the rules of these 8 topics, okay, then I introduce the family as if it's like the first lesson for your next journey, okay. So we'll talk about the family, and the final exam also include the families and everything. So inshallah, when it comes, we'll deal with that, okay. So this is our plan, inshallah, that we have to know the pronoun charts, okay, and then we start with the past tense, okay, then go to jumla fi'liya and everything, okay. And the again, I'm saying it because from the experience, a lot of you will say, brother, how am I going to know this is a fail? I don't know the vocabulary, okay. Yes, I know you don't know the vocabulary. Even none of our vocabulary is that strong, okay. We don't know all the words of the Arabic. It's okay, but just follow the rule, learn the rule first. Then if you just pick up one word, if you even pick up a present tense, you can easily go to the past tense of that word. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. If you know the past tense, you can go to the passive. If you know the passive, you can go to the commanding. So because you know the rules. So that is the important thing, that you know the rules, and then you will understand. And of course, in that also there are lots of clues and things. So there are some rules, there are some tricks that is a dead giveaway. So if this is this, then definitely this is this. Like what Brother Saiful was saying, if there's a inna, the next word will be nasab. We know inna is a half of nasab. There's no exception to that. Inna means inna, annaka, anna, laita. They have min is a half of jar. Okay, so we know something. There are a few things. It's like dead giveaway. So there's no exception. And the other things, the rules, and there will be a little bit of exception, but inshallah it will be okay. And again, remember, this is our starting journey. So this is the basic level we are doing, inshallah, and then there are advanced studies after that if you're interested, inshallah. Okay. So this is our so-called pronoun chart. Okay, hua, huma, whom, and the attached version is who or he, huma or hima, whom or him. Okay, hiya, huma, hunna, anta, antuma, antum. So we already did this. Okay, but I'm just showing you, and I'm bringing this here because you need to go through this again and again. Okay, so that is our mandatory thing. So please go through it today. I'm going to start the past tense today. Okay, and each of this topic, because we're in the basic level, we're not going to go that deep. We're gonna know the basic rule of it, and there are a lot of memorization required, because just like the pronoun chart is a memorization, right? And you start from the hua, then huma, whom. Okay, so here you have to understand, when I say hua is singular, right? Huma is dual or pair. Okay, whom is plural. Okay, so we have and this is third person. On the corner it says third person, second person, first person, right? This is the way you should memorize it, because our fail study will go through this way. Okay, and of course there are some subtopics, interesting subtopics. Okay, we're going to talk about in between them. Okay, in between these lessons. Okay, these are our main goals to achieve, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so let's start our past tense today. So past tense is called al-failul al-madi. Okay, so fail madi. Okay, so madi means past tense. Okay, uh, in the past tense, okay, these are some of the example of the past tense. Okay, nasara, darasa, kataba, istaghfara, ta'allama, istafsara, ta'awana. Okay, now if you look at the word, okay, especially for the brothers and sisters who are joining for the first time, like Brother Saiful, Sister Tanya, Zaina, Sister Farhad. Okay, for you guys. Okay, because I know Brother Kazi, Brother Ruba, they have done this. Shiraz has done this once. Okay, so you will know that. But if you look at the first word, nasara, you will say this is a nasab, because it's ending with a. And I don't blame you, because you don't probably know the meaning of nasara. It looks like an ism, yeah. And if I ask you, is it light or heavy, you will say it's light, because no double kasra, double dhamma, there's no al in it. Okay, so it's probably masculine, there's no sign of feminine on it. Okay, so you will think it is a ism, but actually it is not an ism, it is a fail. Okay, so sometime physically, or what I say, graphically, you don't see any difference. Okay, so you need to know the meaning. Okay, but this word nasara, can, create literally, not exaggeration, literally 100 words or more than that when you put them into the right rule. Okay, when you put, and we're going to look at that also soon, inshallah. Okay, so just like when Nasara means to help, okay, so meaning it's he helped. Nasara means he helped. Darasa means he studied. Kataba means, he wrote. Istakfara means, istakfara means, seeking forgiveness. Okay, ta'allama means to teach. Okay, istafsara means to follow something. Tawana means to cooperate something. Okay, so there are different types of fail here. Okay, and most all of them are past tense here. Now, how we know this is a past tense? That is a good question. Okay, and then when you know about the other tense and like the present tense, we can make the difference. So this is past tense and this is present tense. Okay, for the starting point. Okay, when you look at a word, you need to know the meaning, as I said. Okay, but there are some clues. There are some clues that gives, we talked about it a little bit in the our Islamic studies. When you see this clue, you know that this is cannot be a fail. This is must be an ism. There are one or two clues like that. For example, if you see that, a word start with an al, okay, like alhamdu, okay, it's dead giveaway there is an ism. There is no al for fail. Okay, so this is a very easy and dead giveaway that if a word start with an al, it is an ism. It is an ism. Okay, okay, that's good. If a word ends with a tanween, double kasra, double fatha, double dhamma, definitely it's an ism. Definitely it's an ism. Okay, there's one or two exception in the Quran for that. Okay, and we're gonna come to it when you come to it. Okay, only two words. They looks like they have tanween. Okay, one in Surah Al-Yusuf and one in Surah Al-Alaq. Surah Al, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Okay, there's two words in these two surahs. I think, as per my knowledge, these are the only two. Okay, they looks like they have double kasra, double fatha, double dam, but they are not ism, they are fail. Okay, other than that, 99.99% time, if you see something with, tin, tan, tun, un, an, in, meaning, any double katha, fast fatha, double kasra, double dhamma, okay, or as we say, jer jabor pesh, double jer jabor pesh, they are definitely ism, they are not fail. Okay, after harf of jar, you memorize the harf of jar, isn't it? Mean, bata, ka, mean, wa, an, ala, ila, hatta. Anything after harf of jar, they're obviously ism. Harf of jar cannot affect a fail. Okay, those harf is for ism. That's why we learn them when you study ism. Special mudaf. Special mudaf is also the same. Special mudaf also the same. Okay, even some of the there's one harf of jar can make a difference. Okay, but we'll come to that. Is one harf of jar is called hatta, so it could be a harf of fail as well. Okay, and we're going to look at that later. Okay, but that's easy to separate. Okay, so these three, al, tanween, harf of jar, special mudaf, okay, these are some of the clues to recognize the ism. So that means they are not fail, because remember, there are three kinds of words in Arabic, ism, fail, and harf. Okay, we have done the ism, and if these are the clues, so we know they are ism. Okay, ism could be without these, but these are the clues that if these are there, then they're definitely ism. Ism could be without that as well. Okay, and then also harfs, most of the harf we are memorizing it. Okay, because we have memorized two groups of harf. We memorized, harf of jar, we memorized harf of nasab. There's some harf for present tense. Okay, we're gonna come to that when we come to that, in few lessons, inshallah ta'ala. There are some harfs that affects the present tense. We're gonna learn about that. Okay, and there are some words, there are some harf, actually, I shouldn't say word, like there are some word harf in the Quran. They have no effect, they have effect in their meaning. One of them is like la. The la fi khusrin, la huwal haq, that we said, that the la that doesn't meaning for. Okay, the la that gives you the emphasis. Okay, there are other verb, like other harf like this. We're going to talk about some of this harf later, inshallah. So they are there in the Quran, they have their meaning, but they don't have any effect on ism or fail. Okay, they don't have ism, they have no effect on ism and fail. So there are some words like that, and we're gonna memorize those kind of. Okay, so once you know the clues for the ism, once you know that these are my harf that I have memorized, okay, then rest of them is kind of your fail, because we only have three kinds of word. Ism, we have some of the clues. Okay, uh, some of the clues are for the harf, and the rest is our fail. But as I said, fail has a pattern to look at it. Okay, and past tense has a pattern, present tense has a pattern, okay? And our job is to learn those patterns, okay? Now, so this word nasara.
Brother, I have got a
Yes.
question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
half of jar and special mudaf is in the rule. Why half of nasab is not in this rule?
Actually, you can put harf of nasab. Why didn't I put? Because harf of nasab, okay, harf of nasab, right way it says after harf of jar, after, so harf of jar, right way doesn't make something nasab. You know? It can make the next word nasab, like if I say inna Allah, the next word is nasab, but there could be something not right after it, okay? So that's why I didn't put it here. But yes, in theory, you're right. Even harf of nasab only makes an ism nasab, okay? It cannot make a fail nasab. You're right. But it's not always just right after the harf of nasab, okay? So sometimes it could be just beside a fail, sitting beside a fail, and the affecting nasab, harf of nasab probably at the beginning of the sentence, okay? So at that time you need to kind of understand, oh, which is it a fail or this is the nasab? So that's why I didn't put it here. But in theory, if they're right beside the harf of nasab, like for example, as I said, inna allaha, inna alladhina, okay, or maybe say, anna rasula, okay. So this kind of word, yes, you're right, that they can also be part of that, part of the ism group. You're right, that's fine. Next word, so let's look at those now. So nasara will be our word, actually, like the clue word, like we had muslimun, okay, and the beginning is, so nasara will take this word nasara as to learn about our charts, okay, and then any word you can put in place of nasara, they will follow the same rule of the chart, okay. Just start this one. So nasara means he helped, okay. So there's no word for he here. See, there's only one word, it's 3-letter, na-sa-ra. But you cannot say this word means help. This word here, this fail means he helped. And by itself, if I just give you the English two word, he helped, and I put a full stop after help, is it a full sentence? Yes, it is a full sentence. He helped. Finish. There's no problem in that, okay? So this is a proper sentence, okay? So nasara itself is actually a jumla failure, okay? And there is two things inside that. Of course, the action help, okay, in the past form, okay? And also the he is inside there. It's hiding there, the he. So the she, if you cannot say nasara means he helped, and here nasara means she helped. No, not like that. She helped is a different word. Nasarat. Okay, this is the she help. Again, if I say nasara, okay, with an alif, extra alif at the end, then this means both of them masculine and masculine feminine helped. Okay, so the ending part kind of determining the pronoun, the ending part. So the normal one is nasara, and all the words on the right hand side, these are all the he version, okay. Then the she and in the other version follows the chart, and we'll show the chart soon, okay. So he helped, she helped, nasara means both of them help, nasarata, okay, means both of them female helped, like only the female, nasarata, okay, this is alif, okay. Whenever you send a look at the alif at the end, that means both of them she helped, okay. Nasaru, okay, wa, extension wa, that is means they helped, okay. It could be masculine or masculine feminine together, okay. Nasarna is the she feminine help. So just like we learn pronoun hua, hia, huma, whom, hunna. So this is the following the chart here. This is following the chart here, okay. Past tense changes at the end of the word. Past tense changes at the end of the word. So nasara, nasarat, nasara, nasarata, nasaru, nasarna. Okay, and then we have the anta version also, and we'll have ana version also, meaning the first person. So these are the third person one: nasara, nasara, nasaru, nasarat, nasarata, nasarna. Okay, and so the hua, you memorize this way: hua nasara, huma nasara, hum nasaru, hiya nasarat. Meanings this is for memorization. Here hua meanings that the inside is he. Okay, hua nasara is not, it's just for your memory, don't get confused. Okay, so hua nasara here is telling you that there is a he inside it. It is for your memory, it's following the chart. Okay, following the chart: hua, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna. Okay, and this version. Okay, anta, nasarta. For anta, that's what anta is like, like kind of graded out, right? So nasarta means you helped, you masculine helped. Okay, nasartuma. Okay, See, and antuma, just to add tuma at the end. Okay, antum nasartum. The second person is always very easy. Okay, anti nasarti, because anti nasarti, antuma nasartuma, antunna nasartunna. Okay, so this is means you helped, you two helped, all of you helped. Okay, you helped, feminine. Okay, you two helped, it's the same thing. The you two help is the same thing, masculine, feminine, the same thing, because antuma is same. And antunna nasartunna is all of you helped. All of you helped. Okay. And then ana nasartu, nahnu nasarna. Nahnu nasarna. Okay. So what you have to do that, for your first lesson for today, you go through the pronoun chart and then go through all this. So you memorize the different form. And this thing is same for all the past tense. Okay. Of course, there are exceptions, but don't worry about those one now. The exception is a small group. Okay, the big group is the general rule, and we learn the general rule first. Okay, so instead of nasara means help, I said kataba means to write. So you can put the word kataba here. Kataba means, kataba means he wrote. Kataba with the alif means both of them wrote. Okay, katabu means they wrote. Okay, katabat. Okay, again, she wrote. Okay, huma katabata. Okay, both of the feminine wrote. Okay, hunna katabna. Okay, just like that. So it's follow the same rule. So if you look at these first few words, okay, any of them, istakfara, istafsara, ta'awana, okay, everything follow the same pattern. Okay, just following the pronoun. Okay, and that's why I put the third person first, then the second person, and then the first person. Okay, so this is just the introduction of the past tense. Of course, we're gonna come and we're going to do an exercise next week for the past tense. Okay, and there are a lot of other things to say about past tense. Slowly we'll go there. So today what you learn that past tense, we learned what are the topics we're going to cover. Okay, in the fail study. Then we learned that past tense, there is kind of a hidden pronoun inside it, and the ending part changes as the pronoun changes. Okay, some of them look same. For example, one of them antuma and antuma, nasartuma, nasartuma. It doesn't mean, okay, so you two help. This you two could be you and your wife, so meaning male and female. You two could be you two brother, you two could be only two sisters. That's the only one. Okay, other than that is all of follows. And look at this, the second one is so easy to understand. Nasarta. Okay, nasarti. Okay, so there's a sukun after that. If you follow, if you look at the chart, see all of the third person one, except for the last one, has kind of no sukun. See, this is nasara, nasarat, nasarat. Okay, so nasarat, nasara. Okay, to alif, nasaru. Okay, nasarata. Okay, so the word nasara is still there. We're adding something with that. Okay, like here we add an alif with the huma one. Here we add a wa. Okay, here we add a ta with a sukun. Okay, when it comes to hunna, we had a sukun on the third letter. Okay, so there's 3-letter word, noun, sod, and ra. We had a sukun here, nasar, nasar. So there's a sukun on the ra. Before that, there's always nasar is still intact. We added something with that, right? And when it jumps to the second person, every one of them has a sukun. See, nasar ta, nasar tuma, nasar tum, nasar ti, nasar tuma, nasar tunna. Okay, and the first one is again also the first, and the nahnu and ana is also has sukun. Nasar tu and nahnu nasarna. Okay, so all of them have sukun. Okay, so the first few words doesn't have sukun, the first 5 words. Okay, and the rest has sukun and the added part with that. Okay, so please memorize that. What I'm going to do inshallah next week, when we start, we're going to review this quickly, and then I'm going to bring some words, some past tense fail. By looking at the word, looking at the ending part, you tell me what is the inside doer of it. So if I say nasar tu, so who helped? I helped, you two help, she helped. So you have to tell me the pronoun. Okay, so memorize the chart, brother. Okay, brother Saiful and all the sisters here. Okay, and brother Kazi, and you guys can revise if you get a chance to revise them. Okay, so we're gonna come back inshallah next week. Okay, and we're going to give an exercise to you. We're gonna put the word. You look at the word. You don't need to know the meaning. Just look at the ending part of the word. Okay, which pronoun is doing that action in the past form. Is it ana? Is it nahnu? Is it huma? Is it hiya? Is it hunna? Okay, so let's do that exercise and then we're going to go to the next topic, inshallah ta'ala. So with this, I finish today's lesson. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. If you have any questions, please ask. No problem. Inshallah, I'm going to stop the recording now and then I will upload the video